Live at 1. Cody Rusan was at the marijuana vote Monday night to see what Windsor would decide.
And City Council to please allow me to do what I love in my hometown. Thank you. Thank you, John.
Permission granted. City Council voted 8-3 in favor of the sale of legal cannabis in retail stores. The vote was part of the Council's January 21st meeting. Voices from both sides of the spectrum spoke. Most residents speaking on the matter stood against the opening of retail shops.
I'm not afraid, I have 3 kids, I'm not afraid of my kids would use this drug. They are smart enough. But many people, they're not thinking.
According to Stats Canada, Canadians spent $43 million on cannabis within the 2 weeks that followed legalization. The city's decision, however, does not guarantee Windsor a retail store, as the province is only allowing for 25 to open within Ontario on April 1st, 2019.
You have to have responsible business people in place in order to do the stores, okay? Put them in responsible places. And you can buy cigarettes next door to a school. You can buy a beer next door to Brentwood, up the Sportsman's Club.
Now, just to remind you, just because Windsor opted in does not guarantee the city a store. For MediaPlex News Now, I'm Cody Rusan.
Lauren O'Brien joined the Walk for Women in this year's annual Women's March to support equality around the world.
It's about those who can't be here today, those who inspire us to move forward.
Men and women united on both sides of the Detroit River. It was a vigil in honor of women. For the first time, the two border cities marched in sync, determined to cross international barriers and unite for women globally. Michelle Mannering, an organizer, said the Women's March has grown into what they are now calling a women's wave.
And that feeling of unity and knowing we're stronger together, the waves of women that are coming are making change, and that's what we've always done back to the days when the suffragettes, we all fought for the right to vote. Imagine if we hadn't, where would we be?
Christine Dilworth and her daughter take part in the marches every year.
I think it's important to recognize that I've had a very fortunate life, and that's not necessarily the case for all of the women in our community, and certainly not all of the women globally, and that we join together and make sure that our young women, our young girls feel that they are supported and connected to the community.
Last year, over 500 people participated in Windsor's Women's March. For MediaPlex News, I'm Lauren O'Brien.
If you're looking for a place to get a lot of food for a little money, Ryan Percy has the event for you.
With the winter weather hitting Windsor and residents seeking warm bellies and bodies, it must mean it's winter bites again. Local restaurants banded together with Windsor Eats to entice Windsorites to come out and enjoy food at a reduced cost. 18 restaurants took part across Windsor and Essex County. The 3-course meals ranged from $13 to $38 and gave diners 1 to 3 items per course to choose from. Mi Casita, a restaurant that focuses on an authentic Salvadorian menu, took part.
We were able to introduce like chile rellenos, which is very authentic, right, for us, and it's become very popular slowly.
The event is hosted by Windsor Eats, and co-owner Pina Chiatoli says the goal is to help local businesses during the post-Christmas slump.
We came up with this restaurant week that happens in the middle of January at the slowest time for a restaurant, and it became a great event where it was like an influx of economic development for those restaurants, right? So they were seeing people coming in their doors at a time normally when they wouldn't.
If you missed the Winter Bites, don't worry, because come August, there's going to be Eat Your City, which is a very similar event with various restaurants offering 3-course meals for set prices, though in better weather than what we have now. For MediaPlex News, I'm Ryan Percy.
Now on to weather. After the messy drive-in this morning, we'll have a high of 6, but it'll be raining throughout the day. It'll progressively get worse, as tomorrow we'll have a chance of flurries with a high of -2, and Friday will also have a chance of flurries with a high of -10. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Alex Scott, and you've been watching MediaPlex Live at 1.
MediaPlex News Now is a production of the St. Clair College Journalism Program.